That speech earlier, why was everyone laughing so much? Oh, just a few jokes in French and English. What did you say? You didn't understand? Never mind that, please tell me. You remember when you said you wanted to eat a buffet? And? You wanted to say buffet in English, right? But it's not buffet, it's buffet. Huh? Buffet means abuse, so you proudly said you wanted to eat abuse. I said, I'm counting on this newcomer who throws such a black joke. I am Natalie Smith. My husband Frederick and I have 2 children, both of whom are adults and live with us. I work part-time at the headquarters of a major corporation. This company has branches overseas and employees from various nationalities work there. So not only Japanese, but also many other languages are spoken in the office. I used to work as a full-time employee at this company, but I requested early retirement due to my husband's retirement. However, I was asked to stay on as a part-time worker with a more flexible schedule, so I'm currently still working for the company. At first, I accepted the proposal and decided to work part-time, but in reality, there's not much difference in working hours compared to when I was a full-time employee. This is not conducive to enjoying my husband's retirement. Considering my working conditions, the company assigned a new employee to handle half of my workload. However, this new employee turned out to be quite a handful. Ashley-san is an outstanding and talented person who graduated from a prestigious university. As an expected new recruit, I was relieved to think that my job would become easier. However, she seemed discontent from the moment she was assigned. Why do I have to do this kind of job? I didn't miss the words, she muttered. She probably thinks she's too talented for this position and deserves something better. When she found out that I was her trainer, her expression soured even more. A part-timer as a trainer. Lame. Well, she might just be a slightly sharp-tongued newcomer. There are always people like that joining the company every year. This type of person joins the company every year. Having confidence in oneself is great. However, those with high pride often struggle when they face the gap between their self-confidence and reality. And then they leave the company feeling that it doesn't appreciate them. I wonder if she's that type too, but she's still young. I'll overlook her cheekiness for now. Are you a part-timer, Miss Smith? Yes, that's right. So, did you only finish high school? Huh? No. Wait, you're not saying you only finished middle school, are you? Ashley, what does educational background have to do with this job? You attended the orientation, didn't you? Yes, of course. Didn't they explain it to you then? This company doesn't tolerate any form of harassment, including asking about someone's educational background. Be careful about your behavior in the workplace. She seemed unhappy with my warning and maintained a sullen expression. It's easy to imagine that working together in the future might be difficult. Hiding your educational background. Well, I can pretty much tell. She seems to be unable to feel satisfied unless she speaks out her thoughts. Since you were assigned here to help me with my work, please make sure to learn it properly. She remained silent with a sharp expression on her face. Understood. Yes. She sat next to me and started chatting away without even doing any work. She went on and on about how competent and global she is. She claimed that she's good at both English and French. To put it simply, it was all just bragging, a way for her to show off. It's quite surreal to see a young person in their 20s trying to one-up a 65-year-old. It's quite surreal. And when it was time for a lunch break, she invited me to lunch. Smith-san, can you treat me to lunch? Huh? I'm okay with it. But don't you want to eat with your peers? No, I'm your junior. Let me treat you as a way to get to know you better. I've seen a lot of young people, but she's the first of her kind. Well then, let's go together today. Thank you. But are you okay with the money? You're just a part-timer after all. Ugh. She's finally saying what she wants to say. She's so full of ill will. Really, she's just like a child. Yes, don't worry about it. By the way, is there anything you want to eat? Yes, I want to go to a buffet. Is there a good one around here? What are you talking about? Her statement made the entire office freeze. However, she seemed completely confident despite her obvious misunderstanding. Oh, right. You don't understand English, do you, Mrs. Smith? Huh? Do you understand if I say buffet? Well, let's go then. Thanks for the treat. At this point, her troublesome personality starts to look cute. Since then, despite receiving guidance from her, she's incredibly slow at learning. Of course, there's no doubt that she's capable of studying since she graduated from a prestigious university. However, whether it's due to her pride or not, she doesn't pay attention to jobs she's not interested in. Moreover, she's not aware of it. Everyone around her adjusts to her level and speaks Japanese. She's attended countless meetings so far, but it seems she doesn't understand the language and the conversation falls apart. She has absolute confidence in herself. Therefore, she probably doesn't even notice that people around her are being considerate. Ashley, the numbers on this document are wrong. Fix them right away. This repeats every day. With this, my workload will never decrease. It just keeps increasing. Well, if you found the mistake, why don't you fix it, Mrs. Smith? I'm not good at Japanese. Oh, really? Don't worry. This isn't a matter of Japanese or not. It's just numbers. Fix it quickly and submit it. I see her scowling face every day. I've become so used to it that I don't feel anything when I see that face. Ugh, what a hassle. I can hear you. Just do it. Then she stares at my face. Why are you acting so bossy as a part-timer, Mrs. Smith? Bossy? Be careful with your choice of words. Don't forget that you're in a position to seek my guidance. See? You're really bossy. Why is a part-timer in charge of training in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Despite the approaching quitting time, all she does is talk. That's because I used to be a full-time employee. Huh? So you got demoted? No, not demoted, but downgraded to part-time. She bursts out laughing. Hilarious. So you can't do that job, huh? Honestly, she's so narrow-minded. Look, everyone has their own circumstances. We don't have time for unnecessary talk, so fix it quickly and submit it. All I can say for now is that I'm more skilled at this job than you. Enough with the useless chatter. Get to work. Even if she's academically capable, this personality makes her future worrisome. If I could be greedy, I would have liked to have more talented person assigned. Well, I'm not in a position to interfere with the company's decision. They assigned her to reduce my workload. I'm very grateful for that sentiment, but it's a rocky road ahead. I was under a lot of stress, but I endured it and faced her. However, she was the same. It seemed like she had her own stress built up. And to vent that stress, she took an outrageous action. There's a certain daily routine in this company. It's a morning meeting where one employee gives a speech. Of course, since this is a multinational gathering, the speeches are in various languages. English is the main language, but there's also speeches in Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and French. There's no particular content requirement. It's more like a practice ground for speaking confidently in public. And it was Ashley's turn to give the speech that day. She boldly stepped forward and started speaking in her proud French. But let's overlook the fact that her conversation was still quite clumsy since she's still a newcomer. The surrounding employees also directed gentle gazes at her. Then midway throughout her speech, she started introducing me. As a part-time job senior, she's been very helpful to her. That's why she wants to introduce me at this event. She wants to learn from my excellent part-time job senior speech. However, the face of the person who invited me was not just grinning, but very distorted. I see. She probably thinks that I downgraded to a part-time job, as she put it, could not possibly give a speech. Please give your speech in French, senior. The face of the girl whispering in my ear was very ugly. Am I, a 65-year-old woman, going to compete with a young whippersnapper in her 20s? As I started my speech in French, her eyes widened and she stood there with her mouth open. Of course, That's to be expected. I was stationed in Paris for 8 years, so there's no way I can't speak French. I still have high hopes for her growth as a newcomer. She's very humorous. She joked about wanting to eat a baguette a while ago. She gave me the opportunity to correct her in my mind, saying, "It's buffet, not baguette." I'm happy to be the mentor of such an interesting girl. Please take care of the two of us from now on. As I made that speech, the employees laughed out loud. Good, I managed to include some humor in my speech. My sense of humor isn't dead yet. However, while everyone was laughing, Ashley was still standing there, dumbfounded. Maybe it didn't get through to her? After the morning meeting ended and we sat down, she asked me, "What did you say earlier?" "Huh? Your speech earlier. Why did everyone laugh so much?" "Oh, I just included a few jokes in French and English." "What did you say? You didn't understand?" "Just tell me, please." "You said you wanted to eat a baguette before, right? So what? You meant to say buffet in English, right? Then it's not baguette, it's buffet, huh?" Baguette means abuse, so you probably said you wanted to eat abuse. I said I'm looking forward to working with a promising newcomer who can make such a dark joke. Then she turned red and teary-eyed. "You were the one who said you wanted to give me a speech. Why are you making that face?" Because this is a company. Watch your tone. I don't think someone downgraded to part-time could speak fluent French. Oh, were you trying to make me look foolish? Well, that was expected. You know, there's no such thing as everyone following the same path in life. I have my own journey that I've walked. You're not my family, so you wouldn't know what kind of path I've taken, right? You don't know that I was stationed in Paris or San Francisco. Stop judging people based on what's in front of you right now. You'll end up being embarrassed. She doesn't say anything, looking down. If you were able to join this company, it means you've worked hard studying up until now, right? Be careful not to waste your efforts with your actions. Are you trying to one-up to me? It's annoying. You think you know everything, that you're so knowledgeable. Annoying. I think your strong competitive spirit is one of your good points. You know, the moment you think you know everything, you're actually ignorant. There are so many things to learn in the world. Even at 65 years old, there's an infinite amount of learning to do. Every day is a day of study. You should also look to new things and grow without being complacent with your current self. She doesn't say anything back. And since then, she never opposed me again. When her mistakes are pointed out, she still shows a sulky expression, but she honestly fixes them and resubmits. 2 years later, she's able to handle all her work smoothly. Now there's no problem if I leave the company. And so I reached the day of my retirement. Leaving the company where I've worked for over 40 years, there's a deep sense of emotion. But from now on, I'll enjoy my remaining years with my husband. I want to go to various countries, see different things, and gain experiences. My future is still bright. On my last day at work, after the scheduled time, the people in the department presented me with a bouquet. I gratefully accepted them, and as I was leaving the department, Ashley called out to me. "Senpai, here." She's holding a long box with a ribbon. "Oh, for me? Thank you. Can I open it now?" I unwrapped the paper, opened the box, and inside is a stylish wristwatch. "Wow, it's lovely. Thank you. Thank you for everything. And I'm sorry for all the impertinent things I said." "Aw, no. You were a cute, cheeky junior. When you first started working under me, I honestly thought you wouldn't last long, but you stuck with me. You proved me wrong in a good way. Thank you. Does this watch have any special meaning?" "Well, you'll be traveling to various countries with your husband, right? I thought it'd be nice if you could mark the time together with this watch." "Oh, wow. How thoughtful of you. I'm so delighted. Oh, I'm gonna have to start using this tomorrow." "Natalie, are you free after this?" "I'm sorry, I have family plans tonight." "I see. My apologies. Is there something you needed?" "No, it's just that I wanted to treat you to a buffet as a retirement celebration sometime. Ah, that sounds nice. I'm going to look forward to it. I left the company with a peaceful feeling. When I got home, my husband, children, and grandchildren had prepared a retirement party for me. My husband's special roast beef and a cake made by my grandchildren under my daughter's guidance were arranged. My life is filled with happiness. I want to continue to cherish learning in everyone I interact with, including my family.